Hey everyone out there. Have you ever heard of the natural laws of the universe and always been kind of curious of what they mean by that? The natural laws of the universe are what they say they are. They're natural laws of the universe. So they're not man-made laws. They're a natural law that occurs in the universe. Now, most of us or most of you have been programmed with only knowing one law, and that would be the law of gravity. Now, the law of gravity is a natural law. What goes up must come down, and we kind of know that, and we've been taught that over and over again through our childhood as we've gone on in life. Other natural laws would be, if something occurs outside in nature, so hence the word natural. So if something happens outside in nature, say a weed grows, or it rains, or it snows, or something, a plant grows, a flower grows, your grass grows. Those things happen effortlessly out in nature because they're a natural law. So a man-made law doesn't make a weed grow or grass grow or something happen in life. It's just it occurs naturally. So if we have natural-made laws, there's 7 of them. There is the law of perpetual transmutation, the law of gender, the law of relativity, the law of attraction, the law of cause and effect, the law of rhythm. I'm going to go over those laws and explain to you what those laws mean to you and how we can use those laws to get the success in life that we want without having to bother with the laws that tend to cause fear, anxiety, and doubt inside of us. So stay tuned, and I'm going to go over those with you. Okay, so let's get started on the laws of the universe. And what I'm going to do is down below me, I'm going to put a description of those 7 laws. So you can write them down or you can print them out, whichever you choose to do. But I want to get started with the first one, and that is the law of perpetual transmutation. What exactly does that law mean, and what does it do for us? My mentor, Bob Proctor, always talked about the laws himself, and the law of perpetual transmutation is if I can hold it in my head, I can hold it in my hand. So when something moves into energy, in the form of energy, like a thought or a vibration, it comes back to me and I can make it in my reality. That's the law of transmutation. So you have to understand, anything out there that I can hold in my head and I can see, I can hold in my hand. I just have to know how the law works to get it there. The second law that I want to talk to you about is the law of relativity. So when I have the law of relativity, there is nothing big or small. Everything just is. So if I compare 2 different things, what is that relative to? So if I walk into, let's say, a bathroom, and I think that's a small bathroom, how would I know that is a small bathroom unless I related it to something else? Either a big bathroom, correct? Because if I relate it to a big bathroom, that makes that bathroom look small. If I related that to a small bathroom, that bathroom would look big. So the law of the relativity pretty much says everything just is what it is. It's not until we compare it to something else that makes it big or small. And that's the same way with money. If I have a pile of money here, is that a lot of money or a little bit of money? It depends on the law of relativity. How do I relate that? If I relate that to a small amount of money, that amount of money I have is big. But if I relate it to a lot of money, that amount of money is small. But the truth is that money just is. It's neither big or small. It just is. It's not until I compare it to something else that makes it different. Then you have your law of attraction. Now, there's been a few people who have heard of the word, probably a lot of you, have heard of the word law of attraction. So what exactly is the law of attraction? Well, the law of attraction is a secondary law. The primary law is the law of vibration. So that pretty much tells us whatever we're vibrating at, we attract to us. Now, to take a step back on that one, the first question that's probably usually asked of me is, what do you mean by vibration? So when I think of a thought, that thought either makes me happy or sad, and that causes a vibration in me. A good example of a vibration is music. A good song will get you dancing, moving around, because it is causing a good vibration. When it comes to the law of attraction, the law of attraction is like a double-edged sword. It gives you what you do want and what you're vibrating high in, just as easy as it gives you what you don't want when you're vibrating low in. So in other words, if I'm thinking of something that's really good and I really want it, and we think, oh yeah, it's the law of attraction, hope I get it. But if I think of something bad and I didn't mean to, and I'm just honing on something bad over and over again with repetition, and I get that, well, that can't be the law of attraction. Well, that's where you're wrong. It is the law of attraction. The law of attraction works both ways. It gives you whatever you're vibrating at. Okay, the next law would be the law of polarity. Now let's talk about the law of polarity. The law of polarity pretty much tells you there is an equal and opposite of everything in life. There's always an up if there's a down. There's always a front of a book and a back of a book. There's hot and cold. There's a good paycheck, there's a bad paycheck. If something is happening in your life that, let's say, it's bad, you have to remember there's always something good. Let's work it around to the other side till I find something good. So whatever I'm doing in life, there is the opposite. And I have to realize that there is an opposite to this. I might not like what's happening now, but I know there's an opposite to this, because there is an equal and opposite to everything in life. We just have to get on the right side of what we want. And when you start to use the natural laws of the universe, use the law of polarity, use the law of relativity, use the law of vibration, the law of attraction, when you start to use these laws together, you start to get stuff that is not a man-made law. A man-made laws might be a corporation or a certain job or this or that. Those are man-made laws. We want to start working with the natural laws, our God-given rights, our natural laws that have nothing to do with outside circumstances. It's what's going on in nature with us. The next law would be the law of rhythm. What is the law of rhythm? As we go through life, we have highs and we have lows in life. The law of rhythm pretty much states the tide must go out and the tide comes back in. Night always follows day. If something good happens, something bad might be coming to happen. And if something bad happens, we have to realize there's going to be something good happening. How would you know the good and bad things if there was not high and lows? How would you know the good things if you didn't know the bad things? How would you know the bad things if you didn't know the good things? You wouldn't. So you can tie in the law of rhythm to the law of polarity. I mean, they all tie together. But if you tie it in with the law of polarity, okay, well, I know there's something. I'm just on a down spiral. There'll be times I might be going down in my truck, and 1 minute be happy, singing to myself in my truck, be all happy to go, and the next minute be down. And I stop and think, oh, wait a second, what got me down? I throw in the Abraham Hicks 17-second rule. I love that rule. If I think of the same thought for 17 seconds, what I'm thinking of will change and a like-minded thought will follow. And that is so true. So I try to pay attention to everything I'm doing in life. What's causing that? knowing that that's just a temporary thought or a temporary feeling. And that feeling is once again invoking the law of vibration, which is the law of attraction. The last law I want to talk to you about is the law of gender. Now, let's say what the law of gender is. Now, it's kind of self-explanatory. The law of gender, there is always a seed that is planted, a male or a female seed. We don't know the gestation for a spiritual seed. Now, with, let's say, a woman having a baby, I believe that's around 9 months. You can buy certain seeds at, let's say, the hardware store or Lowe's or Home Depot or something, and it will tell you how many weeks it's going to take for that gestation of that seed, for that seed to sprout. When it comes to a spiritual seed, we don't know when it is going to sprout, when the law of gestation is going to kick in, but we have to realize it is going to. It cannot. But what we don't want to do is stop what we're doing and think, oh, this crap doesn't work. Because that is when that seed's about to hit the surface and all of a sudden it will start to go back down because we didn't get involved with it. You know, we reap what we sow. So what kind of seeds are you sowing? That's the law of gender, is what kind of seed you are sowing. Okay, let's talk about the law of cause and effect. What exactly is the law of cause and effect? The law of a cause and effect states that whenever there's an action, there's a reaction. So whatever you put out is going to come back to you of the opposite. So if you're putting out, you're talking nice about people and you're talking nicely about things, that kind of stuff is going to come back to you because it's the law of the cause and effect, which is a natural made law. Nobody can defer how that works. It's natural. What I put out, I'm going to get back. Like attracts like. Good things attract good things. So that's the law of cause and effect. What I'm causing is the effect that I'm going to get back. That's going to come back to me. Or what I'm causing is going to be the effect on the thing that I'm causing the effect for. So that is how the law of cause and effect works. And at the same time, the second part of that law that I really do love is the law of compensation. The law of compensation describes that what you do, there's three things. What you do, your ability to do it, and the difficulty in replacing you. And if you just focus on number 2, your ability to do it, number 1 and number 3 take care of themselves. So that's how the law of cause and effects / law of compensation works. Now, those are the 7 laws of the universe. Now, of course, that is just a very, very light outline of those laws. If you get the book by Wallace Wattles, The Science of Getting Rich, it goes in deeper. If you go through the program, and I'll put that below, The Science of Getting Rich, it really takes you in deeper. And I think each law takes 2 pages to explain exactly what that law does and what the backbone of that law is. And having a mentor makes it come into you twice as fast because somebody can explain to you what they mean. Sometimes a book does not explain to you as well as somebody can explain it to you. With that being said, I am Chad. I'm with Unlock Wealth Consulting. Now, I am a consultant of this material. If you need help going through it, I will put a calendar link down there, and I would be happy to be a mentor and a coach with you and walk you exactly through it. You know, they say if you give a man a fish, he eats for a day, and teach him how to fish, he eats for life. It works the same with personal development. If you have someone as a mentor show you how to earn money and get successful, you are successful and you earn money for life. Or you can just have somebody hand you a little handout of something and you're successful for that day. It works the same way. So if this video resonated with you, please do me a favor and smash like. Share this video with whoever you want to. Subscribe to my channel if you're not already a subscriber. I'll put those links below. Leave me a comment, and I'll see you next time.